Hey, what is up, guys? Hi, it's Gina from DayOne Media, and this is our very first episode of Kape or Kapihan. So today I wanna, introduce you guys to the format, get you guys up to speed on what we're gonna talk about. So I'm pretty sure you clicked on this title because you thought it was interesting enough to know how to turn your computer into a supercomputer. I'm pretty sure that's a cool topic for you guys and you guys would wanna know why. So I'm here to introduce today something called Folding at Home. Folding at Home is a distributed computing project or a crowdsourced computing project that aims to basically gather together as much anonymous or as much people as possible, computers as possible, to compute on very computationally complex tasks that will eventually be used towards fighting off diseases and discovering new cures to medical related fields. Now, folding at home is a great way of using your spare computer power into something more meaningful, into something that can actually benefit the world, instead of leaving your computer just standing by there and doing nothing. Folding at home is a great way for you to make your mark in this world and try to make the world a better place, right? So let's get started. So what I have back here, my PC right here, is a Ryzen 7 3700X. So that's the latest Ryzen 7 processor, as well as an RX 580. The RX 580 is the 4GB variant, so it's not the more beefy 8GB variant. It's the only one I could afford at the moment. And I actually built this PC during ECQ. I'll probably release another Kalikot episode, not Kapihan episode, about that. So let's get to it. So this Ryzen 7 3700X can approximately compute about 1 work unit per hour, but 3,000 to 4,000 points per hour, depending on how heavy the work unit is. Now, this work unit, why would you want a work unit? This is basically like the sort of computationally complex problem that your computer would need to solve in order to, help these researchers come up with a cure to cancer. I mean, who knows, right? Right now in the stage of ECQ, we're trying to be as creative as possible and we're trying to be as helpful and generous as possible. So I think it's nonetheless a great way to help find a cure for COVID-19. Even if it may seem far-fetched, I guarantee it is something meaningful and it will help people, especially the researchers, the medical practitioners, who are trying to find a solution to the problems we have today. And so, we move on to try and find out why are we doing this aside from, helping the medical practitioners. Well, computers right here, they're actually pretty good, pretty beefy computers. And the thing is, for the most part of the day, whether we admit it or not, whether we say we game 10 hours a day, we still have 14 hours that we don't use our computers. And I'm not saying that people leave their computers on all the time, but what I am saying is that for a good amount of the day, I'm pretty sure that you leave the computer on. It's not like 24/7, not like, the US, especially in the Philippines, na medyo matipid tayo sa kuryente, na medyo, conservative tayo sa mga ganyang bagay, praning tayo sa ganyang bagay. At the very least, kapag hindi ka nakaupo sa harap niyan, say, you just left it after you did some Illustrator work or you made a document and stuff, and you just left it sitting there, and then you went to watch a Netflix movie, and then you just forgot to turn it off and all of that stuff. And so in that time, instead of the computer being idle and munching away on 100, 200, 300, 500 watts, what it'll instead do is it'll start to compute for finding a cure for whatever disease or protein-based problem that could potentially have a cure or could potentially be aided by computational complexity, by computational power. This distributed network of anonymous people, of anonymous computers, helping towards finding a cure. Folding at home works not only for the super high-end desktop PCs out there. It doesn't just work for Ryzen 9s or Core i7s, but it will work on basically any modern hardware you put it on. So it'll work on even Pentium 4s. So, well, actually, you probably shouldn't run a Pentium 4 on this thing, because you should probably have your priorities elsewhere if you have a Pentium 4 at this point. But anyways, as I was saying, what you should do is you should download Folding at Home from the website and then install the app. And then especially for desktop users, because laptop users, I don't necessarily advise Folding at Home for laptops. Well, number one, mainly is because it'll turn your laptop into a toaster. So laptops as they are, they're already pretty thin, they're already pretty light, and you can't really force too much out of them. They have this thermal design capacity that they won't be able to exceed, so they might not be functioning at their topmost performance, and at the same time you might be the longevity of the parts might not be as good as if you weren't running Folding at Home on your laptop. So I just generally don't recommend laptops. So if you have burner laptops at home, probably that would be a great thing for them to do, for your burner laptops to do in their free time instead of just laying dormant. At least it could help one way or another. So talking about help, the great thing about this project, about the Folding Home project, by the way, it's started by Stanford University students, is that it's actually right now the biggest supercomputer in the world, or not really biggest, but the most powerful supercomputer in the world. It actually beats every single other supercomputer in the world right now, and not just by a small margin. Like, it beats it by 50%. The fastest supercomputer in the world beats it about 40-50% or something like that. And that's the great thing. Can you imagine that millions of people in their homes, they just have spare computing power, they're not using it. Just giving some time towards this cause is what I think could help a lot of people out. Who knows, in this very computer right here, munching away, consuming power maybe, but who knows, it actually might be the computer that finds the cure to COVID-19, or the computer that finds a cure to cancer. So there are quite a lot of opportunities here, and it's just really mind-numbing to think about all of these things that can be done by a simple act of generosity by you guys. So that's it. That's basically the idea. Folding at Home. I hope you guys sort of enjoy this video. This is a very short Kapihan video. This is what we call our pilot episode. We'll be releasing a second episode very soon, and it's called it's about the internet in the Philippines, basically. So guys, sana nag-enjoy kayo. I hope you guys got something out of this. Folding at Home is a very nice project, and I hope you guys look into this. And by the way, guys, of course, as Sam mentioned already before, in our previous video, in the Kalikot series video, as Sam mentioned before, you can drop by below. Just tell us some comments and tell us what you want to hear in the next video. We are very much open to your suggestions, and we would really love to know what you guys would want us to show and share to you guys. And so, till the next time, guys, this is Gina Raulio, and this has been DayOne Media. Goodbye.